Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to do a little bit of a different video than normal. So I'm not going to talk about dreams. Today I want to talk to you guys about something that I think affects all of us, and that's fear. And I've come to believe over time that it's really important to do things that scare you. I think everybody deals with fear, and it's not something that we're comfortable necessarily talking about or acknowledging even to ourselves. Most people view fear as being something that is bad, and I would agree with that in general. I think fear tends to be something that holds us back from doing things that we want to do, from doing things that we love. But fear is something that we all face, and we can't control whether or not we face fear. But what we can control is how we deal with it. And I think because of that, fear has the potential to be something really positive in our lives. So I think it's important to be able to acknowledge when we're afraid of things. And the reason it's important is because that way we know whether or not our fear is a rational fear or something that we should be afraid of, or if it's irrational. And I think fear tends to be irrational in general. I know that certain things I'm afraid of are performing in public. I am afraid of going into interviews, and I'm afraid of a lot of other things. A lot of people are afraid of spiders. People are afraid of being confined in small spaces. People are afraid of heights. There's so many things that people are afraid of, and the thing about fear that I've learned is that it's all about your point of view. It's all about your perspective. Fear affects the decisions we make, and it affects opportunities that we have. And I have learned slowly embracing your fear is so much more powerful and positive than avoiding it. One of my fears was starting a YouTube channel, and I was afraid for a really long time of doing it. And finally, I decided that, especially because it was something I was afraid of, it was something I was going to do because I was going to conquer that fear. I was going to overcome it, and that would make me stronger. And that's why fear can be positive, because when we overcome it, we become stronger, and we grow, and we progress into someone better. And we realize that fear is almost completely in the mind. And when we embrace our fear and when we overcome it, we open up the door to so many more opportunities. And we end up being able to pursue things that we love rather than staying in a safe zone where we're not doing what we love, but we're not taking risks. And so we feel safe. The way I see it is, if you don't embrace your fear, you're going to end up struggling no matter what, because you're going to be unhappy. If there's something that you love that you want to do, but you're too afraid to do it, you're going to be safe by not taking that risk, but you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be enjoying what you're doing. Whereas if you decide to take a risk and realize you don't have anything to lose, you're just going to pursue the thing that you love, and then you overcome your fear and you realize that your fear was irrational, that makes you stronger, and you feel accomplished because you see what you were able to overcome. And that makes you stronger, that makes you willing to take more risks and to do more things that you love. I think a lot of times we're afraid of things that we don't know. We're just afraid of the unknown. And I think what is important is changing your attitude towards viewing the unknown. The one way to look at it is, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to be as safe as possible because I don't want anything bad to happen. And the other option is, I don't know what's going to happen, and that's amazing because there are so many opportunities that are possible in the unknown, and I'm going to see what happens because I want to make the most of those opportunities and those possibilities. Obviously, we can see that challenging yourself causes growth. I mean, we all know this. When you work out, you're challenging your body, and it grows and becomes better and stronger. when you challenge your mind, whether it's learning something you didn't know how to do before, or reading something that's really difficult, that's causing you to grow. It's causing your mind to develop and become stronger, and you become more intelligent. And I think it's the same with fear. When you force yourself to do things repeatedly, and it does take time and practice, when you force yourself to do things that you're afraid of repeatedly, that fear begins to dissipate. You become a stronger person. You become less fearful. And then there's so many more things that you're able to do because you're not afraid anymore. So the reason I decided to do this video is because I recently overcame something that I was really, really afraid of. And it made me realize how important it is to do those things. Just last week, I sang in front of a couple hundred people with my friend at a coffee house at my school. And this was something I'd wanted to do for so long, but was just terrified of doing. I was afraid my voice would sound bad. I was afraid that people wouldn't enjoy the performance. I was just afraid of being up on stage in front of a lot of people. And we did it, and guys, it was so amazing. It was amazing to see the support of my friends who came out, and it was amazing to feel that the accomplishment of doing something that I was so afraid of, and coming out on the other side and realizing I'm okay. Like, I did it. I made it through. And now I realize, like, after doing that, I want to do that more. Like, I enjoyed it so much, and I want to do, next time, I want to perform on my own instead of singing with somebody, because I'm still afraid of performing on my own, but I want to go to the next level. I want to be not afraid of that anymore. So, and I was talking to my friend about it, and she said to me, you never would have done this last year. And that was when it hit me, and I realized how much I had changed in 1 year, and I realized how far I'd come, how much I'd grown. And that was when I realized the impact that doing things that scare you can have on you personally, and on your personal development. Another really embarrassing thing that I used to be terrified of, and which I've also grown in, is speaking on the phone. And that sounds so silly, and that's just a perfect example of how our fears are usually irrational. But calling people on the phone was so scary, and I was always afraid to pick up the phone. And eventually I had to do that. I had to schedule an interview for when I went to college, and I had to, call people to set up appointments and all of this stuff. And the more I did it, the more I became comfortable with it. And now I'm at the point where I actually prefer to call people. Even though that's a silly fear that's kind of embarrassing to admit to, it just goes to show, first of all, how irrational fear is, and also how repeatedly practicing that thing that scares you will cause you to change. I hope this was helpful for you guys, or interesting, and I would love to know whether or not you guys are interested in seeing more videos like this. I'm going to keep doing dream videos, but possibly, if you guys are interested, I can do more videos like this. Let me know in the comment box what fears you guys struggle with and how you've overcome them, or how you plan to overcome them. I'm really looking forward to hearing your responses. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you want to see more videos. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!